welcome to the CIDDL Research and Practice Brief. The purpose of the series is to have conversations around the innovative use of technology and special education, early childhood, related service, and leadership personnel preparation programs. Today, we have Dr. Shanna Hirsch as our guest speaker to share her research and practice on mixed reality simulator for pre-service teacher training. Dr. Hirsch is an associate professor of special education at Clemson University. Her research focuses on classroom management, especially supporting teachers in learning to implement effective instructional method and developing classroom level support for students with EBD. I mean, the emotional behavior disorders. So this sounds like such an important area of research, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more about her insight today. Thank you for joining us, Shauna.
Yeah, absolutely, Teddy. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Then let's jump into the research and practice brief. Our opening question is, what issues are you trying to address through your research and work with mixed reality simulation?
Sure. So I have the good fortune of working with a number of people. So it's not just my work at Clemson, it's Dr. Kathy Griffith and Sammy Scott. And all of our faculty in special ed are heavily invested in making sure that when our teacher candidates enter the profession, they are ready to not just provide high quality instruction, but to also be really strong collaborators with their general ed colleagues as well as with parents and other school professionals. So what we are trying to do at Clemson is to really make sure that we are preparing candidates to be able to hit the ground running in the classroom, but also supporting really building a collaborative work environment as well. So how do you run an IEP meeting has been a big focus of our recent mixed reality simulations.
Thank you for sharing that. I mean, that is really important for preparing your candidates with a lot of experience before they get into the real situation. That's really helpful. Then that leads to our next question. I mean, how will mixed reality simulation address those issues? I mean, especially how will it support students with disability and special education teachers?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we really need to give our students practical experiences that allow them to break apart a practice, like running an IEP meeting. It starts with how do you set up the meeting so people feel welcomed? So practicing the introductions, practicing sharing data, taking turns and active listening skills. So giving our candidates opportunities to take a really complex skill like developing a collaborative IEP meeting and running that IEP meeting and breaking it into small chunks to make it manageable and then put it all back together. Because what we know is that we oftentimes break apart practices, but the most important part is really having people do it all together at the end so that it's a cohesive opportunity for them.
I mean, that's really a great point. I mean, the that mixed reality simulator is have a low risk and practice
Yeah.
opportunity, and you said that chunking down into a small and manageable things are really helpful to give opportunity to your candidates. I mean, that is really a game changer, I think. And
Yeah.
with that in mind, I'd love to hear more about how you see this fitting into teacher preparation programs. So this is our third question. I mean, how would you integrate mixed reality simulation into teacher preparation program?
I think you need to be intentional, Teddy. So it's not just throwing mixed reality simulation anywhere in a sequence. It's being very thoughtful, like what classes would really benefit from having some practice-based opportunities that maybe students aren't yet in the field and they could get a lot of feedback early on. The other thing that I think we need to talk about is making sure that we find the just right balance. So my colleague Melissa Driver has talked about their work at Kennesaw State, and I've really learned from Melissa about thinking about it from this like Goldilocks perspective of you don't want it too little, you don't want it too much, you want it just right. And so trying to find a nice balance on how often to provide opportunities to practice in mixed reality simulation so that it is meaningful and that it is still novel and we're not overusing it. So when talking about integration, we try to figure out courses that would benefit from it and only have one simulation opportunity per semester. So it's not embedding it into every class, it's really in select classes.
So you highlight that the intention of your integrate that mixed reality simulation into your teacher preparation program. That is really important thing, I think. And
Yeah.
then here is our fourth question. What would you recommend for teacher preparation program, including faculty member that is just starting with mixed reality simulation?
So I think that it's really important to team up with somebody who's doing it already. So my experience was a opportunity to learn alongside another colleague, watch how they're implementing it, and then gradually bring it to Clemson. You also need funding too. So I was able to secure funding through our university's provost infrastructure funds, which are really meant to bolster undergraduate programming. And so our simulator is funded internally and it doesn't have a cost to the students, which is really important to us that we are supplementing it and it isn't something that as an extra thing that students have to purchase each semester. But everybody does it differently. So I think my two recommendations would be to connect with a colleague who's already doing mixed reality simulation, go observe it, be a part of it, and then also find some funding.
So I can easily recognize the key factors. I mean, to collaborate with the colleagues and uh, figure out some grants like that. There's really helpful advice. And then how about this research field? I mean, where do you think the research regarding mixed reality simulation for teacher preparation is headed?
So I think that there's a lot of opportunities here for research. The biggest issue that I think folks can spend some time working on is the transfer of skills from mixed reality simulation into the classroom. So do they generalize? And how much time is necessary? What's the dosage? So my two biggest questions that my team have been addressing is what is the dosage? How many times in the simulator? How long? What are the experiences? But then also the generalization piece. I think that we need more work around that.
So that sounds like it already has some foundational research beneath them, and then there are still so much potential to explore, I think. And
Yeah,
and I imagine this development will shape the future of teacher training in a meaningful way. And this is our last question for today's research and practice brief. I mean, beyond just mixed reality in simulation, what else should teacher preparation programs consider as they evolve?
so our simulations have been based off of what our advisory board has said have been areas of need to strengthen within our program. So each year, the Clemson faculty meets with district leaders, both special ed directors as well as human resources coordinators and directors, and we listen to what they have to say. And so, time and time again, they have said our candidates are really great in terms of being an interventionist and delivering instruction. But when it comes to X, Y, and Z, maybe it's collaboration, running an IEP meeting, communicating, those are skills, and those are softer skills that they need more practice on so they walk in with confidence. So I think what teacher prep could consider moving forward is really listening to our communities and making simulations aligned to our community's needs.
I mean, that is really new perspective for me. I mean, you highlight collaboration and soft skill like that. That is really important part of a special education field, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is all we have today. And Shauna, thank you so much for sharing your insight with us. We truly appreciate your time and your work in special education and teacher preparation. And your insight today have provided a deeper understanding of educators' challenges and innovative ways such as mixed reality simulation can help bridge those gaps. Thank you so much. And so this is time for the closing. I mean, for more information about CIDDL research and practice brief and other resources, please go to the CIDDL.org and don't forget to follow us on social media, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a message. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Teddy. It was great being here.
Yeah, thank you so much.